foremost, I'd like to give all praises for glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash, and the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, his unbegotten Son, Ba'Hashem, in the name of Mashiach Yahushua. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, but I swear Kadash the whole tongue. And I say Shalom to the elders, while I came on Aqua, I say Shalom. Out here again on the highways and hedges, the GPS concourse on this March the 24th, 2024, on this Sunday afternoon, and watch out by shipping my shaft once more. Giving us I took a chance to come out here to do so. And lifting up the names of the highlight. Drop it on once again to the elders while I came on Aqua. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and through verse 16. Got Revelation 13, verse 16, and it calls to all, both small and great, rich or poor, free or bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right, so very soon, in order to buy or sell, or even to function in this society, they're gonna push this this MOTV of this charagma, the central digital bank currency of cash in society in order to buy or sell. This is what they're pushing for. So it's already here. They're just making for it to make it fully mandatory. And very soon it's going to be fully revealed. It's going to be mandatory in order to buy or sell. Revelations 13 and verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he have the charagma, or the name of the BEAST, or the number of his name, right, in order to buy or sell, the pushing of this technology, MOTV, the charagma, and this BEAST modern day Babylonian economical system. Revelations 13 verse 18, here is wisdom, let him have understanding, count the number of the BEAST, for it is the number of a man, and his number is SIX 303 score in SIX. Revelations 14 verse 1, Revelations 14 verse 9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the BEAST in his image, and receive the charagma in his FOREHEAD, or in their HISHAND, Revelations 14 verse 10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured without mixture in the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstones in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. Revelations 14, that's Revelations 14 verse 11, Salakia. It says, and the smoke of the torment is ascending up forever and ever, and they have no rest or day or night, and who worship the BEAST in his image, and whosoever receiveth the charagma or of his head. Revelations 3 and verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the words of my patience, I will also keep them from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right, so that hour of temptation is, we're getting closer and closer to it. We're going to see it more and more. In order to buy and sell, and this is what they're pushing for. So yeah, this is what we're definitely prophesying about, this MOTV. This is Revelations 18 verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, and having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Revelations 18 verse 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, is become a habitation of deceivers, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean HATEFUL bird. Right, so we seeing modern day Babylon is falling. It's consistently falling. We're going to see more increasing signs of that in these modern day times. Revelations 18 verse 3, but all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are racked goods, through the abundancies of her delicacies. Revelations 18 verse 4, and I heard another voice of heaven saying, come out of my people, that you be not partaker of her sins, to receive none of her plagues. Right, that's why the scripture says, come out of my people, that you be not partaker of sins, to receive none of her plagues. Revelations 18 verse 5, it says, for her sins have reached up to heavens, and Yahweh thy power has remembered her iniquities. Verse 6, it says, reward her even as she rewarded you double, and according double unto her works, and the cup which she hath filled to her double. Verse 7. And when she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment shall give her. But she sit in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and she'll see no sorrow. Right, that's Babylon the Great. Revelations 18 and verse 8. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For the strong is the Lord Yahweh thy power, judgeth her. Verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication with her live deliciously, and shall bewail her, and lament for her, when they shall see the smoking of her burning. Verse 10. Stand afar off from the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, for 1 hour thy judgment cometh. Verse 11. And the merchants of the earth so weeping and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Verse 12. The merchandise of gold and of silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thy wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious woods and brass and iron and marble. Verse 13, it says, the cinnamon and the odors and ointments and fragrance and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Verse 14, and the fruit of thy soul lust after are depart from thee, and all the things which were dainty and good and depart from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. Verse 15, it says, the merchants of these things which were made rich by her stand afar off, for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Verse 16, it say, at last, that great city was cloaked with fine linen, and purple, and scarlet, and decked with gold, and precious stones and pearls. Verse 17, for 1 hour great riches come to naught, and every shipmaster and all companies and ships and sailors, as many as trade by sea, stood afar off. Revelations 18, verse 18, and they cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Verse 19, it says, and they cast dust of their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, at last, that great city, which were made rich and all had ship in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she was made desolate. Verse 20, it says, rejoice over her, thou heavens, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the hour has revenged on her. Revelations 18, verse 21, it says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and it cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down. It says, it shall be found no more at all. Verse 22, it says, and the voices of the harpers and musicians and the pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all indeed. It says, and no craftsman of whosoever craft he be shall be found any more indeed. And the sound of hailstones shall be heard no more at all indeed. Verse 23, Revelations 18, verse 23, it says, in the light of a candle, it says, shall be heard no more at all indeed. All the voices of the Lord, the rising shall hear no more at all indeed. For thy mercies was the great men of the earth, for by the sorceries were all nations deceived. Revelations 18, verse 24, it says, in her was found the blood of the prophets and of the saints, right, the Israelites, and of all that were slain upon the earth. Yep, so that's the future. Babylon is going to be made desolate. This is what we're out here prophesying about: wars, prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. But we definitely going to see modern day Babylon is going to be made desolate. This is Jeremiah 28, verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and of pestilence. Right, this is what we're out here prophesying about. We're prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. And the wars, evils, and pestilence is only going to increase. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. Right, for there is a time and seasons and every purpose under heaven. That's what we are witnessing. Verse 2, it says, in a time to be born, in a time to eat, in a time to plant, in a time to pluck up that which is planted, Verse 3, it says, in a time to kill, in a time to heal, in a time to break down, in a time to heal. Right, it says, in a time to break down, in a time to build up. Verse 4, in a time to weep, in a time to laugh, in a time to mourn, in a time to dance. Verse 5, it says, in a time to cast away songs, in a time to gather stones together, in a time to embrace, in a time to refrain from embrace. Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 6, and it reads, in a time to give, in a time to use, in a time to keep, in a time to cast away. Verse 7, in a time to bring, in a time to sow, in a time to keep silent, in a time to speak. Right, so we are in the time of speaking of biblical signs and prophecies that's about to be fulfilled and come to pass as well too. So we definitely are in those times, and the signs of the times. And for there is a times and seasons and every purpose on heaven, and that's one of these biblical signs and prophecies that's about to be fulfilled. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 and verse 8. In a time to love, in a time of HATE, in a time of war, in a time of peace. Right, so that Father, He's a righteous, balanced power. So we definitely living in the time of war. We're definitely in the time of HATE as well too. Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 14, for your house shall bring every work into judgment, and every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Um, Switch up to spirit, get into that Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. Yeah, this is the prophet Ezekiel 38. Yeah, prophet Ezekiel 38 verse 1. It says, the word of the Lord Yahweh thy power came unto me, saying, Son of man, right, us Israelites, us being the sons of the true living power. It says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and Magog, and the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against them. Right, that's what we're doing. It's like the prophets of old did. Ezekiel 38, verse 3. And thus saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, behold, I am against thee, O God, and the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Right, so that God is against the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Verse 4, it says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thy armies, horse and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company of bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords. Right, so the Heavenly Father's putting the hooks in back into the jaws of these Russians, which represents the bear of Gog and Magog, and the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Ezekiel 38, verse 5, it says, Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, the Cushites, in Libya, which the Ishmaelites was off. It says, for all of them with shield and helmet. Ezekiel 38 and verse 6. And it says, Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 6. It says, Gomer and all his bands in the house of Togomor of the north quarter, and all his bands and his people with him. Ezekiel 38 and verse 7. It says, be thou prepared and prepare thy self and all thy house, thou art assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Right, so Russia is going to continue to be a guard to these nations of Iran, Ethiopia, Libya, and Turkey. Ezekiel 38, verse 8, it says, after many days thou shalt visit in the latter years, and thou shalt come in the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people, and against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Verse 9, it says, and thou shalt ascend and come like a storm, and thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands and many people with you. Ezekiel 38, verse 10, it says, thou shalt, it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, and it shall come, it also come to pass that the same things shall come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. Verse 11, it says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, and I will go to them that are at rest, and that dwell safely. All of them dwell without walls, and having neither bars nor gates. Ezekiel 38, verse 12, and take a spoil, and to take a prey, it says, to turn the hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and good, that dwell in the midst of the land. Verse 13, it says, Sheba and the Dan, and the merchants of Tarshish, with all the young lions thereof, shall say, thee art thou come to take a spoil? Thou art gathered thy company to take a prey, to carry away silver and gold, and to take away cattle, and good, to take a great spoil. Verse 14, therefore thou son of man prophesy, say unto God, thus saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, in the day when my people of Israel dwell safely, shall thou not know it? Verse 15, it says, and thou shalt come from the places of the north parts, thou and many people with thee, all of them riding upon horses, in great companies, and upon armies. Verse 16, Ezekiel 38 verse 8, Ezekiel 38 verse 16, and it reads, and it says, and thou shalt come up against my people of Israel as a cloud to cover the land, and it shall be in the latter days, and I will bring thee upon my land, that the heathen may know me, when I shall sanctify in thee, O God, before their eyes. Verse 17, thus saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, art thou he on whom I have spoken in old time, by my servants the prophets of Israel, which prophesy in those days and many years. It says that I will bring them against thee against them. Verse 18, and it shall come to pass in the same time when God shall come against the land of Israel, saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, that my fury shall come upon it in my face. Verse 19, for in my jealousy and the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there will be a great shaking in the land of Israel. Ezekiel 39 verse 1, it says, therefore thou son of man, prophesy against God, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, I am against thee, O God, and the chief prince of Meshach, Tubal, right, still to this day. And we're prophesying against it as well too. Ezekiel 39 verse 2, and I will turn thee back and lead but the sixth part of thee, and I will cause them to come up from the north parts, and I will bring thee upon the mountains of Israel. Ezekiel 39 verse 3, and I will smite thy bow at thy left hand, and I will cause thy arrows to fall at thy right hand. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time, I will bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Verse 2, and I will gather all nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shabbat, and I will plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Right, they parted the Lord's land still to this day. That's why it says in Luke 21, verse 24, Jerusalem should be trodden down until the Gentiles be fulfilled. And that's what we're seeing in the progress as we're speaking. Joel chapter 3, verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people, right, the Israelites. And they have given a boy for a harlot, and so they gird for wine that they might drink, right, musket and wine. The transatlantic slave trade, the sub-Saharan slave trade, this modern day slavery and servitude that's taking place as well too. Joel chapter 3 verse 4, it says, yea, what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, or those Hamitic nations, and all the coast of Palestine, Ishmaelites? It says, will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. Right, the recompense come upon their own head. This is Joel chapter 3 verse 5, because you have taken my silver and my gold and have carried them into your temple like other present things. Right, the Israelites, the apple of the Lord's eye. Joel chapter 3 verse 6, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem had ye sold unto the Grecians, right, the Edomites, that you might remove them far from their border. Right, that you might remove them far from their border. You know, from our great forefathers and ancestors all the way down to us. That's why the scripture says, yet this day we still in the land of our captivity, because Judah and Jerusalem were oppressed together, and still to this day. So there's no new thing under the sun. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 6. It says, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Joel chapter 3, verse 7. Behold, I will raise them up by the place where you have sold them, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. Right, return that recompense upon their own head. Joel chapter 3 and verse 8, it says, and I will sell your daughters and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah. Right, just like our ancestors and forefathers were sold by their ancestors and forefathers. That's going to come back towards them times double. You know, the Edomites, the Amalekites, the Hamites, and the Ishmaelites. It says, and they shall sell them to the Samaritans, those people, the Yemenis, modern day Yemenis, to people far off from the Lord Yahweh thy power spoken. Right. So the Heavenly Father, Yahweh thy power has spoken. The prophet Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9, it says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near and let them come up. Right. That's what we're seeing over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. It's heating up over there in that area, you know. Hey, throughout the Arabian Gulf, Gulf of Eden, you know, throughout that whole area, you know, the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, the Palestinian territory, you know, throughout Lebanon, throughout Iraq, throughout Syria. So it's heating up over there. So it's not going to let up. It's only going to seem to increase, you know. And what's taking place over there in the Korean Peninsula, North Korea versus South Korea, Japan, and the United States, those tensions are escalating. What's going on over there in the South China Sea, China versus Taiwan, as China continues to build up their military presence over there in that area as they getting closer and closer to invading Taiwan, you know. And that's when the United States is going to have to step in of that matter as well too. And what's taking place over there in the territorial islands, not too far from the South China Sea, you're seeing escalation heating up over there in there as well too. That Azerbaijan Armenia situation. I believe there was an article that just came out was saying over there in Yerevan. I believe that's the Azerbaijan Armenia situation over there. And you had a protester. He used a grenade. And he injured like 3 police officers. Even though we've been having that as of last year, because you know the clash has been heating up between the ethnic, the ethnic Serbs in that area as well too over there in Serbia. That's been heating up over there as well too in that Azerbaijan Armenia situation. Because you had this prime minister, he was saying that if they don't get to some type of resolution, that's going to start a potential war over there in that area, you know. So he's, just like it says in Luke 21 and verse 25, the distress of nations will perplexity and the siege raging war. Second Hedges and verse 3, uprisings and uproars in the people of the world, right along with the nuclear escalations and tensions are heating up as well too. So that's only going to increase. You know? So yeah, this is what we are here prophesying about war, evil, and pestilence. So wars, evils, and pestilence is only going to increase. You know? Hey, Shalom, yeah, how about Shemel Shabarakta? Hey, the water brother, yeah, how about Shemel Shabarakta? Hey, man, we all keep on being diligent and being fired for this truth, like the elder mentioned, you know. Hey, yeah, how about Shemel Shabarakta? Shalom. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 10. It says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the monument, let all the men of war draw near, and let them come up. The prophet Joel chapter 3 and verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares and the swords and the plenty hooks into spears, and let the weak say I'm strong. Right, and let the weak say I'm strong. And that's what we're seeing increasingly, you know. Hey, so North Korea, they continue firing off their missiles on a consistent basis, you know. And because there was a news article that just came out that the United States, they recently fired their missiles as well, too, over there in the Pacific Ocean, if I'm not mistaken. You know, in North Korea, you know, they've been saying this previous times, they upgraded their nuclear capability to use launches that could hit the territories of the United States territories. Because, you know, over there in Guam, you know, because you got a lot of Moabites over there in Guam, that island over there of North Korea, they launched their missiles over there in the area as well, too. And over there in the Korean Peninsula, in the eastern shores of Japan as well, too. So that shows you that tensions are only going to escalate between the armies of nations. That's what we're seeing. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 10. Again, it says, beat your plowshares and the swords and the pony hooks and the spears, and let the weak say I'm strong. Right? We're going to continue to see let the weak say I'm strong. And they're building up their nuclear capability. Iran building up their nuclear capability. I believe India, they recently purchased a supersonic hypersonic missile. They have recently launched a missile over there as well too. And I believe the borders of Pakistan and India, if I'm not mistaken, Russia recently just deployed their surface-to-surface air missile capability, and then you had Russia. They recently launched their missile as well too, upgrading their nuclear capability. You know, and with that incident that happened over there near Moscow, that mall shooting, I believe Vladimir Putin said he was going to vow to have revenge. So that shows you that escalations and tensions are stirring up. You know, the distress of nations, more complexity in the seas raging warring, uproars of people in the world. Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and so it's only going to expand. it's only going to increase and it's going to manifest more than ever. So, like I mentioned again, this is where we out here prophesying about war, evil, and pestilence. Hey, shout out to that brother Yahweh, the prophets on the scene, judge will come between. So we're going to continue to see all these increasing biblical signs. It's only going to show forth more and more and more. But we already know it's times. So continuing on, this is Joel chapter 3, verse 12. It says, let the heathen be awakening and come up into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Jehoshaphat. For there I will sit and judge all the heathen round about. Right, so the Heavenly Father is going to sit and judge all the heathen nations round about, which is the army of the other nations. Joel chapter 3, verse 13. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come ye, eat ye down, for the press is full, and the fats overflow, for whatever wickedness is great. Like the prophet Joel chapter 3, verse 14. It says, multitudes and multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord Yahweh thy power is near in the valley of decision. Right, so the day of the Lord Yahweh thy power is near in the valley of decision. The valley of Jehoshaphat, Jehoshaphat, Yahweh. Joel chapter 3 and verse 15, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. It says Joel 3 and verse 16, it says the Lord Yahweh thy power also roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem. In the heavens and the earth shall be shaken before the Lord Yahweh thy power, and he will be a hope of his people, right? The remnant, that we be part of that remnant, and the strength of the children of Israel, right? Judah and Jerusalem. Yep, kind of. So I'm gonna switch it up. Yep, this is the book of Habakkuk 2 and verse 1. It says, and I will stand upon my watch and sit upon the towers and will watch to see what he say. What he will say, and unto me what I shall answer, what I am approved. Habakkuk 2 and verse 2. The Lord Yahweh thy power answer me and write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that ye may run readeth it. Right. In Revelations 1 and 3, blessed he that readeth as well too. Habakkuk 2 and verse 3, for the vision is yet from appointed time, but at the end it shall speak without not lie. It says, not lie without it tarry, wait for you, because it will surely come, and it will not tarry. Right, so thou not tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, and at the end it shall speak. That's what we see in these modern times, increasing biblical times, increasing prophecy, increasing of these prophecies that's about to be fulfilled. This is the book of prophet Daniel 12 and verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, right, the Israelites. And there should be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Out on Rothschild, that would be part of that. And everyone that shall be found written in the book. Verse 2, it says, many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Daniel 12 verse 3, it says, and they that it says, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. It says, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. The prophet Daniel 12 verse 4, it says, but thou, O day, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Yeah, so many shall run to and fro, and definitely knowledge shall be increased. And we're going to see that more and more in these times. This is the prophet Amos 8 verse 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor the thirst for water, but the hearing of the words of the Lord Yahweh thy power. Yeah, famine of the word, only but the hearing of the words of Yahweh Shemiyah. Amos 8 verse 12. And they shall run from the north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro, and to seek the words of the Lord Yahweh thy power shall not find. Yeah, this is the prophet Ezekiel 33. Yeah, 33 and verse 33. It says, and when this cometh to pass, and lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet has been among them. Yeah. Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. The prophet Jeremiah 30 verse 7, and it reads, it says, "At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he that should be saved out of it." So, hey, everybody going to be affected by the time of Jacob's trouble, not just only the children of Israel, especially Israelites that's of this world, and all the nations of the earth is going to be affected by the time of Jacob's trouble. So, I don't want rocks that we endure and be saved during the time of Jacob's trouble, under that covering protection of Yahweh Shemel Shah, as us being his service and prophetship. Just like it says in Revelation 3 verse 10, because thou hast kept the words of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. And we have our faith and love and trust in there. And we're going to continue to have our increasing faith and love and trust in Yahweh Yahushua, as being his service and prophets of Yahweh Yahushua. Because at the end of the day, it's all about Yahweh Shemel Shah and lifting up Yahweh Shemel Shah, But I don't want rocks that we be saved during the time of Jacob's trouble. So we're getting closer and closer to the time of Jacob's trouble. And let's look at the second Hedges. Matter of fact, we go to verse 15. Yeah, this is second Hedges 15 and verse 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou of the ears of my people the words of prophecies, in which I put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh thy power." Verse 2, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful in truth." Second Hedges 15 verse 3, it says, "Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incongruity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." Right, the unbelievers. So we're not fazed by that. Second Hedges 15 verse 4, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." Second Hedges 15 verse 5, it says, "Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, and I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." Right, like we've been mentioning this numerous times. This Gloria outbreak, this measles case been increasing. So these are the pestilence and plagues of the Shemel Shah. So he's going to continue to see he's going to continue to increase these plagues and pestilence, because you got two different type of pestilence. The weather conditions, the tornadoes, the earthquakes, the landslides, and floodings, and etc., etc. And you got the second categories of the pestilence and plagues. These outbreaks. Chloria outbreak. This measles outbreak, this disease X, and these new different type of plagues that we're going to be seeing in these times. So it's only going to increase. So the Heavenly Father, He's going to show that more and more and more in these times. Just like it says in Second Hedges 15 verse 5, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." It's only going to increase. And that shows you that the Heavenly Father is going to visit this earth at a certain point of heaven, because the Heavenly Father, He's in control of everything. So it has nothing to do with climate change or Mother Nature or nothing like that. No, it has something to do with the Heavenly Father is going to visit this earth for these very important things that He's doing on the planet Earth, which He's doing right now. He's going to amp it up. He's going to increase it more and more. Hey, that's why it says, "Al-Shai can tell with redeeming like power," because it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the true living power, which is the power of Israel. So I'm gonna continue on. Yeah, this is Second Hedges 15 and verse 4. "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." Second Hedges 15 and verse 5, and it reads, it says, "Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, and I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." Second Hedges 15 and verse 6, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled." Second Hedges 15 and verse 7, it says, "Therefore saith the Lord Yahweh thy power." Second Hedges 15 and verse 8, and it reads, it says, "And I will hold my tongue no more as they are touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither I will suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cry out to me, and the souls of the just complain continuously." Right, Ezekiel, the 9th chapter explains that, and many more scriptures to reference to that very important matter. Second Hedges 15 verse 9, it says, "Therefore saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them." Second Hedges 15 verse 10, it says, "Behold, my people is led to a flock to a slaughter, and I will not suffer them now to the way in the land of Egypt." Right, because this is a modern and spiritual Egypt, just like ancient Egypt. Second Hedges 15 verse 11, "For I will bring them out with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm." and smite Egypt with plagues as before. Right, smite Egypt with plagues as before. This modern day Egypt as before, and I will destroy all the lands thereof. I will destroy all the land thereof. Salaki. Second Edges 15 verse 12. The Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be spent, and the plague that Yahweh thy power shall bring upon it. Second Edges 15 verse 13. It says, they that took the ground shall mourn, for the sea shall fail with a blasting head, and with the fifth constellation. Second Edges 15 verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Second Edges 15 verse 15. It says, for the sword and that destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another with swords. Second Edges, and that's going to lead into that great insurrection, that uprising, which we're seeing right now, increasing uprising, uproars of people in the world, the stress of nations will perplex you. So we're going to see these increasing great seditions, and one people should stand up and fight against another with swords and spears. It's a moderate swords and weapons. So we're going to see that increasingly more and more and more, not just only here in North America, but we're going to see that throughout the whole planet Earth. And we're seeing that right now as we speak. This is Second Edges 15 verse 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes in the course of their actions to stand in their power. Right, but we got citizens rising up against one another. That's going to lead into that great insurrection, like I mentioned before, the uprising. And then you're going to have continued increasing of the citizens rising up against their leaders. That's only going to decrease. Second Edges 15 verse 17, it says, a man should decide to go into a city and should not be able to. Right, so a man should decide to go into a city and should not be able to. State of emergency, lockdowns, checkpoints, blackouts, famines, pests, and plagues. Because I believe over there in Cuba, over there in Cuba, because Cuba, they've been going through these financial crises and poverty for a very long time. They got blackouts over there. Down there in South Africa, they got blackouts. Hey, over there in the Gaza Strip, they got blackouts. See what that's going to lead to: great seditions, uprisings, uproars in people of the world. The citizens protesting against their leaders in power. Certain laws that they write into law, the citizens are going to rise up against them. And that's what we're seeing. Yeah, this is Second Edges 15 verse 18. It says, because of their pride, Proverbs 16 verse 18. It says, because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. Second Edges 15 verse 19. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, which we're seeing right now, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, and because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. Right, because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. And that, you read that in Matthew 24 verse 21, and then Matthew 24 and verse 12. Yeah, the prophet Isaiah. Yeah, the prophet Isaiah 19 and verse 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh thy power rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved in his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Verse 2, it says, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. Right, because this is a modern day spiritual Egypt. So these modern day Egyptians are going to rise up against one another. Everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. It's going to cause a lot of more great divisions. So we're going to get back to that Deuteronomy 32 and verse 8. Deuteronomy 32 and verse 8, I meant to say, And this is the book of Mark. Yeah, this is the book of Mark, chapter 3 and verse 23. It says, and he called them unto him, and say unto them in a parable, how can Satan cast out Satan? Right, how can the wicked cast out the wicked? It's verse 24, Mark 3 and verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Right, so if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. This is Mark 3 and verse 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Right, we're going to see that more clearly in these days. Great divisions amongst the nations, and within their self as well too, and outside of their nation. This is Mark 3 and verse 26. It says, if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have a head. Yeah. This is the book of Luke. Yeah, get back into that. Let me get into that book of Luke. This is Luke 12, verse 51. It says, suppose ye that I come to send peace on earth, I tell you, nay, but great division. Right, great divisions is only going to increase throughout the whole world. Luke 12, verse 52. It says, for from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. Luke 12, verse 53. It says, the father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Right, you see that heavy. We see that heavy within our communities. Well, we starting to see that take a toll on these other niggas as well too. That's why that Deuteronomy 30 verse 7 is in full effect as we speak. All these curses are starting to take a part on these other nations as well too. Yeah, this is Luke 12 verse 54, and he say also to the people, when you see a cloud rise out of the west greatway, he say, there cometh a shower, so it is. Luke 12 verse 55, and when you see the south wind blow, he say, there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. Luke 12 and verse 56, ye hypocrites, you discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is that you do not discern this time? Right, so the God of this world hath blinded the minds of people that which not believe, because the wisdom of this world is foolishness in the sight of that power. And walking out by spiritual path for that increase in spiritual discernment in the times of the wisdom. And this is Luke 17, verse 28. Make sure everything good. Yeah, this is the book of Luke 17, verse 28. It says, likewise, also it was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drink, they bought, they sold, they plant, they built. Because this is the modern days of Lot. This is Luke 17, verse 29. It says, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, right? Because this is modern day Sodom and Gomorrah spiritually. It says, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Luke 17 and verse 30, it says, even so that it shall be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Luke 17 and verse 31, in that day which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff is in the house, let him not come down to take it away, and he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Luke 17 and verse 32, remember Lot's wife. Right, remember Lot's wife. You know, Lot's wife looked back and she got turned into a pit of salt. And so we're not looking back, we're looking forward. We're looking forward to the kingdom of Yahweh Shai being established as us being the Israelites and being his servants and prophets. That we be part of that remnant, be part of that elect of the 144 of all the 12 tribes of Israel, men, women, and children, out of one rock side. But that shows you that we're living in modern days of Lot. Because Lot's wife looked back and she got turned into a pillar of salt. So we're not looking back, we're looking forward to the kingdom. Luke 17, verse 33, it says, whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. Luke 17, verse 34, it says, I tell you, in that night there shall be two men, one being. It says, one shall be taken, the other left. Shall be left spot. Luke 17, verse 35, it says, two shall be joined together, one shall be taken and the other left. Luke 17, verse 36, the two men shall be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Luke 17, verse Luke 17, verse 37, it says, and they answer and say unto him, where the Lord Yahweh thy power, question mark, and he say unto them, whosoever the body is thither, will the eagles be gathered together. This is the Matthew's. Matthew's 24 and verse 37. It said, but as the days of Noah, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So that shows you that we are in the modern days of Noah, in the modern days of Lot, modern days of Sodom and Gomorrah, and modern day Babylon as well too. Because there's no new thing under the sun. Matthew 24 and verse 38, it says, For as the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and giving into marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark. Right, because Noah, he was building up the ark and he was prophesying 120 plus years. Matthew, this is the book of Matthew 24, verse 39. It says, now until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also all the coming of the Son of Man be. Matthew 24, right? So that took them all the way through that flood. It only saved 8 people through the flood. Noah's descendants and his wife and his descendants. There was only 8 people who survived through that flood because they didn't take the words of Noah seriously when he was out there prophesying for 120 years. Just like this taking place in modern day times, because this is the modern days of Noah. We're out here prophesying. You know, like Scripture says in the book of Luke that I just brought out. It says, "He can discern the face of the sky, and how they cannot discern the sound." Hey, so that shows a clip. Once again, there's no new thing under the sun. Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 9. But yeah, this definitely is the modern days of Noah. This is Matthew 24 and verse 40. It says, "Then shall two be in the field, the one should be taken and the other left." Matthew 24 verse 41. It says, "Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one should be taken and the other left." Matthew 24 verse 42. It says, "Watch therefore, for ye know not what the Lord Yahweh thy power thy cometh." Verse 43. Matthew 24 verse 43. It said, "But know this, that if the good man of the house had known what watch the thief would come, and he would have watched, and he would have not suffered his house to be broken up." Matthew 24 verse 44. It says, "Therefore be ye also ready for an hour when ye think not the Son of Man cometh." Matthew 24 verse 45. "Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom the Lord Yahweh thy power has made him ruler over his household to give them meat in due season?" Matthew 24 and verse 46, and it reads,
"What's up, man?
Oh, what's up, brother?" Right. Yeah. So this is Matthew 24 and verse 46. It says, "Blessed is that servant whom the Lord Yahweh thy power he cometh shall find him doing." Matthew 24 and verse 47. It says, "Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler of all his goods." Matthew 24 and verse 48. It says, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart," right, your heart is your mind, "My Lord, Yahweh thy power, the late is coming." Matthew 24 verse 49. It shall begin to smite his fellow servant, and to eat and drink, and be with the drunken. With the drunken, Salaki. Matthew 24 and verse 50. "The Lord Yahweh thy power of thy servant shall come in a day when he look not for him, in an hour that he is not aware of." I'm gonna charge my phone up, so I won't make sure it down me this time. I'm fully prepared this time. Bear with me just a second, Salaki. Slovakia. Make sure it's charging. Yep, it's charging. Thawadi Habash Malsha. So with my lesson. Live camp lesson. Yeah, this is Matthew 24 verse 50. It says, the Lord Yahweh thy power of thy service shall come in a day when ye looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of. This is Matthew 24 and verse 51. And he shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites, and there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Yep, so that shows you that we live in the modern days of Noah, in the modern days of Lot, modern day Tower of Babel, modern day Egypt, modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. And this is Slovakia. Yeah, that was bugged out. Hopefully that'll work. Get into that second Hedges, the 16th chapter. Yep, this is second Hedges 16 verse 1. It says, behold, Salaki. It says, won't be unto thee Babylon and Asia, won't be unto thee Egypt and Syria. Right, because this is modern day Babylon, modern day Asia, modern day Egypt, and modern day Syria, just like it was in ancient times. So, hey, there's no new thing under the sun. Second Hedges 16 verse 2. It says, gird up yourself with cloth of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Second Edges 16 and verse 3. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? Verse 4. And fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Verse 5. Second Edges 16 and verse 5. It says, the plagues are sent unto you, and who is he that may drive them away? Verse 6. May any man drive away a hunger bind, or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it had begun to burn. Verse 7. May one turn again the arrows that is shot out of a strong archer. Verse 8. The mighty Lord Yahweh thy power sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Second Edges 16 verse 9. A fire should go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? Verse 10, it says, second Edges 16 verse 10, it says, and he shall cast light, and who shall not fear? And he shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Verse 11, second Edges 16 verse 11, from the apocryphal books of the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, the Lord Yahweh thy power shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder in his presence? Verse 12, the earth quickeneth, and the foundations thereof, and the seas rise up, and the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fish thereof before the Lord Yahweh thy power, and before the glory of his power. Second Edges 16 verse 13, it reads, it says, but strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, and his arrow that is sharp, that he should have been sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot against the world. Second Edges 16 verse 14, it says, behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they Second Edges 16 verse 15, it says, the fire is kindled, the fire is kindled, and it shall not be put out until it consume the foundations of the earth. Verse 16, it says, like an arrow that is shot out of the mighty archer, returning not backwards. Even so, the plague that should be sent upon earth, and shall not return again. Verse 17, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Right, Ezra speaking, our great forefather Ezra. Second Edges 16 in verse Ezra, I meant to say Salaki. Second Edges 16 in verse 18, it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Verse 19, Second Edges 16 and verse 19, and it reads from the apocryphal books of the Holy Scriptures, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are set as the scourges for the amendment. Verse 20, but for all these things they will shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges. Verse 21, it says, Behold, virtues shall be so very cheap upon the earth that they think themselves to be in good case. Even shall the evils grow upon the earth, the sword, famine, and great confusion. Verse 22, but many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish with famine, and the other that escape the sword, other that escape the army, shall the sword destroy. Verse 23, it says, and the dead shall be cast out as a dung. It says, there be no man to comfort them, for the city shall be cast, it shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. Verse 24, it says, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Verse 25, it says, the tree shall be a fruit, who shall gather them. July. Second Hedges 16, verse 26, it says, the grapes shall reap it, and who shall not tread them, for all the places shall be desolate of men. Verse 27, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Verse 28, it says, for of a city there shall be 10 are left, 2 of the field, which shall hid themselves in the thick groves, in the clefts of the rocks. Verse 29, it says, as an archer, second Edges 16 verse 29, it says, as in the archer of olives upon every tree, there are left 3 or 4 olives. Verse 30, it says, or as even when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Verse 31 of second Edges 16 verse 31, from the apocryphal books of the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, it says, even so in those days there should be 3 or 4 left by them that searcheth their houses with a sword, or his moderate swords or weapon. Verse, and that's going to cause a lot of insurrection, uprising. You know, the time of Jacob's trouble, that great insurrection, and great tribulation in the perilous time. Second Edges 16 verse 32, it says, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old in her ways, and all the paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. Second Edges 16 verse 33, the virgins shall mourn and having no bridegrooms, the women shall mourn and having no husbands, and their daughters shall mourn and having no helpers. Verse 34, it says, and the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish with famine. Verse 35, it says, hear now these things, and understand these servants of the Lord Yahweh thy power. Verse 36, it says, behold, the word of the Lord Yahweh thy power receive it. It says, believe not the gods of whom the Lord Yahweh thy power spake. Verse 37, it says, behold, the plagues are drawn not and are not slack. Right, so the plagues of Yahweh Shai is not going to slack. It draws nigh, and it's not going to slack for a moment. Verse 38, it says, as with a woman with child, the 9th month bring forth her son. It says, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compassion her wounds, and pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Right, so these birth pains, once that child is delivered, and those birth pains, and we're going to see that be revealed. It's going to be fully shown forth. These great birth pains. On the planet Earth. Second Edges 16 verse 39. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and the sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Second Edges 16 verse 40. It says, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle. It says, and those evils be as pilgrims upon the earth. Second Edges 16 verse 41. It says, he that selleth, let him as be as they fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one he will lose. Verse 42. And he that occupieth merchandise, and he has not profit by it, and that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. Verse 43. It says, he that soweth, right, he that soweth as he not reap, also that he that planteth the vineyard. So it says, as he that shall not gather the grapes. Verse 44, it says, they that marry as they shall get no children, and they marry not as the widows. Verse 45, Continue on with the reading. It says, therefore they labor in vain. Verse 46. But the stranger shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods and overthrow their houses and take their children captives for in captivity, and the famine shall get their children. Verse 47. And they that occupy merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities and their houses and their possessions that their own persons. Verse 48. The more I will be angry with them for their sins, saith the Lord Yahweh thy power. Verse 49. It says, like as a whore envieth a righteous, honest, and virtuous woman. Second Edges 16 verse 50, it reads, so shall righteousness envy iniquity when she decked herself and she accused her to her face, when he cometh that shall defend him that diligently search out every sin upon earth. Verse 51, and therefore be ye not like thereunto, nor the works thereof. Verse 52, for yet a little while iniquity shall be taken out of the earth, and righteousness shall reign among you. Verse 53, let not the sinner say that he has not said, for Yahweh thy power shall burn coals of fire upon his head. What saith the Lord Yahweh thy power? In his glory I have not said. Verse 54, it says, behold, the Lord Yahweh thy power knoweth all the works of men, and their imaginations they have taught them all. Verse 55, was made by the word, let the earth be made, and it was made, let the heavens be made, and it was created. Second Edges 16 verse 56, and this word which were the stars made, and he knoweth the numbers of them. Verse 57, he searched out the deep and the treasures thereof, and he hath measured the sea and what it containeth. Verse 58, it says, he shutteth the sea in the midst of the waters, and with his word have he hanged the earth upon the waters. Verse 59, he spreadeth out the heavens like a vault, and upon the waters which he founded. Verse 60 of second Edges 16 and verse 60, and it reads, it says, in the desert have he made the springs of waters and the pools upon the tops of the mountains, that the floods may pour down from the high rocks to water the earth. Second Edges 16 and verse 61, and he made man and put his heart in the midst of the body and gave him life and understanding. Verse 62, it says, yea, the Spirit of Almighty Yahweh thy power, which made all things, to search out all the hidden things and secrets of the earth. Verse 63, he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your heart, even them that sin and what hid their sins. Verse 64, therefore hath the Lord Yahweh thy power, exactly search out all the works, and he will put you all to shame. Verse 65, it says, and when your sins be brought forth, ye shall be ashamed before men, and your own sins shall be your own accusers in that day. Verse 66, what will ye do, or how will you hid your sins before Yahweh thy power in his angels? Verse 67, behold, Yahweh thy power himself is the judge. Fear him, leave off from your sins, and forget your iniquities to the no more. To them forever, so shall Yahweh thy power lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. Second Edges 16 and verse 68, and reads, it says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they that shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle and being offered unto idols. Second Edges 16 and verse 69, and they that consent unto them say be hid, had in derision, and a reproach and trodden underfoot. Verse 70, for there in the next, it says, for there in the every places in the next cities a great insurrection, right, uprising upon those that fear the Lord Yahweh thy power. There's going to be a famine of the word as well too, and persecutions. Second Edges 16 and verse 71, it says, they should be like madmen, spirit not, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord Yahweh thy power. Second Edges 16 and verse 72, it says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Verse 73, they shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as a golden fire. And I don't want to rock side that would be part of that, that we be the remnant of the chosen elect of Yahweh Shemel Shai. I don't want to rock side, we say that with meekness, humbleness, and sincerity. The clothing the elders while I came on Aqua, I don't want rock side, that we be part of that remnant. Second Edges 16 verse 74, it says here, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord Yahweh thy power, behold the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Second Edges 16 verse 75. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh thy power is your God. Second Edges 16 verse 76. And the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord Yahweh thy power. Let not your sins weigh you down, let not your iniquities come of themselves. Right, so Shalom, brother. Yahweh Shemel Shabarakatah, Shalom. Right, so definitely let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves, because it's going to increase in these times, you know, because we're dealing with an everyday spiritual battle and spiritual warfare. Like it says in Ephesians 6 and verse 10, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, so we withstand against the wiles of the deceiver. You know, we're dealing with spiritual wickedness in high places, you know. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the deceiver, is a roaring lion walking about seeking who he may devour. You know, continue to be circumspect. Redeeming the times, because the days are evil. You know, be wise. You know, be circumspect. Second Edges 16 and verse 77, it says, woe be unto them that are bound with sin, is covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered over the bushes, and the paths thereof, and with the thorns that no man may travel therethrough. Second Edges 16 verse 78, it is left undressed, is casted into the fire to be consumed therewith. Get to that Second Timothy. You have this Second Timothy 3 and verse 1. It says, this know also in the last days perilous times should come. Right? So also in the latter days perilous times should come. We definitely see it. We're getting closer and closer to it. We're seeing it more evident in these modern day times. Second Timothy 3 and verse 2. For men shall be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful and unholy. Second Timothy 3 and verse 3. Yep, Second Timothy 3 and verse 3, it says, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontent, fears despise of those that are good. Right, fears despise of those that are good. It says Isaiah 5 and verse 20, woe to them they call evil good and good evil. Hey, Psalms 82 and verse 5, the whole earth is out of course. Isaiah 29 and verse 16, surely your things is turned upside down, the steam spots clay. Right, so it's going to be an increase in fears despise of those that are good. Because the wickedness bear rule, Proverbs 29 verse 2. This is 2 Timothy 3 and verse 4. It says, traitors, hideous, high-minded, the lovers of pleasure more than the lovers of Yahweh. Right? Traitors, hideous, high-minded, the lovers of pleasure of themselves, what satisfies them, what pleasures them in the flesh, rather than trying to follow the ways or seek the ways of the heavenly Father, Yahweh, power. They does the opposite of that. So that's going to ramp up a lot in these days. 2 Timothy 3 and verse 5, it says, having a form of godliness, but denying the powers that from such turneth away. Verse 6, for of this sort are they which creep into the house and lay captive city woman, and laid away sin, and laid away with diverse lusts. Verse 7, ever learning and never able to come into the knowledge of the truth. God. Bring out a few more scriptures, then I'm closed out. So yeah, we definitely about to be entering in these times. And this is what we out here prophesying about war, prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil and pestilence. Bring out that Romans. Yeah, this is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. Yeah, this is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. It reads, it says, and that during the time that now is high time to wake out of sleep, and now is our salvation, never can we believe. Right, so now is that time, high time to wake out of sleep, the children of Israel. Romans 13, verse 12, the night is far spent, the days at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Like Ephesians 6, verse 10. Verse 13, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in striving envy. Bring out this last scripture, then I'm officially close out. You have to water your house, Shemi Al Shaf, and let it come out here again. This is Isaiah 11 verse 10. It says, in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which stand for the ensign of the people, and it shall the Gentiles see, and his rest shall be glorious. The prophet Isaiah 11 verse 11, it reads, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh thy power is then again the second time, recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Babylon. So continue on with the reading. Isaiah 11, verse 11, read it again. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh thy power shall set his hand again, the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Syria, and from Egypt, and from Paphos, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Chardon, and Hamath, from the islands of the sea. Isaiah 11, verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Isaiah 11, verse 13, the enemy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Verse 14, it says, but they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines towards the west, and they shall spoil them of the east together, and they shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. The prophet Isaiah 11, verse 15, it reads, and the Lord Yahweh thy power shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall shake it, said, and shall smite it, even the seven streams that make men go over the dry shore. Isaiah 11, verse 16, it says, and there shall be a highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Israel in the day that he came out of the land of Egypt. So once again, the water Yahweh Shemi Hashaf, let me come out here again. Salakia. Right, so the water Yahweh Shemi Hashaf, let me come out here again through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahshua. And much love and respect to the elders Wa'aki and Wa'akwaf as we continue lifting up the names of Yahweh Yahshua. Hey, out here once again on the highways and hedges, the chief place of concourse, March 24th, 2024, on this Sunday afternoon. And Wadi Yahweh Shemi Hashab once again for letting us come out here, have increased the opportunity to come out here to do so. Hey, with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shab, Hashem, Papadas. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh. Call Allah Yahweh Shemi Hashab, Hashem, Papadas. In the Heavenly Father, the true name is Yahweh, and the Son begotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Mashiach Yahweh. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the last one Kadas all the tongue. Much love and respect to the elders Wa'aki and Wa'akwaf. Until next time, I will say Kwam Yasharala and Shalom. Hey, Shalom, brother.